everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Courtney Sweet. And after 40 years total and 28 years as the commissioner of the Big West, Dennis Farrell is leaving us, and our deputy commissioner, Rob Halvaks, is leaving us. We're happy for you, but we're sad for us.
Well, it's always difficult to part ways, but a time comes in every life to move on to the next chapter. And at my age, retirement is that next chapter.
Yes, 40 years has gone by in a blink of an eye from my standpoint, and it's hard to believe that it's been that long.
Well, I guess the first question is the obvious one. Why now? What were the deciding factors that helped you come to this conclusion?
I'll start with the personal reasons. Start with a little anecdote that a year ago, every year I have some of my high school buddies come to the basketball tournament at the Honda Center, and they were hanging out, having a great time, enjoying the games and all that. And I was there in my official capacity in my suit and tie and all that. And I said to them, I want to see a show of hands. There were about 4 or 5 of them. I said, how many of you people are retired? They all raised their hands. I said, how many of you are grandparents? They all raised their hands. And I said, I don't know why I'm hanging out with you old fogies. I'm still working. I don't have any grandchildren. What's wrong with this picture? Well, in the last year since then, I have become a grandfather. In January, a little granddaughter, Logan, was born, and I'm looking forward to spending more time with her. So from that standpoint, the timing was right. From the professional standpoint, we're coming into a new era of the conference with Cal State Bakersfield and UC San Diego joining the conference on July 1st. I just felt that this was the right time to leave, to allow my successor the opportunity to shape the conference's future in their vision. The years 40 and 28 really didn't mean anything to me from that standpoint, but from a personal and professional standpoint, it just was the right time.
And the symmetry is kind of nice the way I look at it. From my life associated with the Big West dates back to 1979 when I was the young sports information director at UC Irvine. So my very first Big West basketball tournament, then the PCAA, was in March of 1980. So 2020 looked like a good way to kind of frame a career, 40 years around the Big West Conference. So that kind of led into some of the thinking. The other part of it is we've really kind of set everything up so there'd be a transition for the new senior management. Our Honda Center deal, as you know, it goes through 2022. So there's a 2-year period for the new team to come in and evaluate what to do with the Big West basketball tournament. Our television deal with ESPN goes through June 30 of 21. So there's a year for, again, the new team to work on the media rights arrangements. And then lastly, our office leases, as Dennis and I renewed leases over the years, we kind of targeted to have a 12-month window for when he and I were gone so the new management team could figure out that as well. So it seemed to be the perfect time, and everything seemed to align in that way.
Seems like you're tying up a lot of loose ends and, like you said, leaving everything for the new management to come into something that's just not chaotic, but is set July 1st when you do retire and move on. The conference will be taken over by a new commissioner. Do you have a message for him? Anything you want to say to Commissioner Butterly as he takes over?
Continue to be innovative. I think that's the one thing that we've attempted to do over the last 28 years is try something different. The ESPN3 and building the truck, we were the first conference to really get deeply into that. We go back in time before that, we were one of the first conferences to have a streaming product when we were with CBS Sports Network for a while. So we were always looking to be innovative. If I go back to 1992, and 97 with the bowl games, we were the first conference to partner with another conference. It was Conference USA, and actually agreed to share the cost of running that bowl game. That was unique in those days, and now it's kind of the template of what everybody does on a lot of the bowl games. So it's have the courage to be innovative. And our members are very innovative campuses. I mean, you've got UCs, CSUs, University of Hawaii, always on the cutting edge of things. And so I think as a conference, we need to continue to be at the cutting edge of things.
There's a couple of messages that I would tell him. They're probably both cliches, but I live by them, and they've served me pretty well over the years. First one is take your job seriously, but don't take yourself seriously. We've been very fortunate to have had a family culture in the Big West Conference that goes back the 40 years I've been with the conference. And that's so important as you're dealing with in the future some very difficult decisions to be made, that you want people to respect each other when they come out of those meeting rooms. And again, probably a cliche, but surround yourself with quality staff people that you respect and that you really cherish their feedback and honesty. I couldn't have done this job for as long as I have if I didn't have the senior staff that I've had of Rob Halvaks, Erica Montiabaro, Jody McRoberts. Between the four of us, we've had, 120 years of experience in the conference office. I've always respected their opinions, asked for their opinions, been very collaborative in my management style. And I would suggest that's probably the way Dan should try to govern as well.
120 years of experience. That's
Well, you add it up. I had 40 of those, and Rob had 28, and Erica had 20, and Jody had 30 some. So it adds up.